What are your specials?
What are you after?
Oh.
We got burgers, cheeseburgers, fries, fried onions, pickled eggs, pasties, pies, and odds.
Odds?
Yeah, we got first to score, half-time score, final score, score draw, 5-4, and a cracking app.
Sorted. Got any tips?
Yeah, go easy on the air, Jill.
Download the Coral app and check out our in-play specials.
But please bet responsibly.
Hello, welcome to today's instalment of Breakoff. By the end of Friday, we complete the lineup for the quarter-finals, but we've got a sort of 1-4-7 theme to today's programme in honour of that incredible maximum by Ronnie O Sullivan yesterday against Matthew Selt. Now, if you look in the bottom left-hand side of the picture, we're going to try and time this programme to coincide with the end of Ronnie's world record 5-minute 20 break, which of course came back in 1997 against Mick Price at the World Championship at the Crucible. But to give us more than 5.5 minutes, we're starting it right from the very beginning of the frame. Now, joining me to dissect today's action is Ivan Hershevitz, chief man from the World Snooker Press Office. We've got to start talking about Ronnie, but let's cover his match today, the quarter-final against Anthony McGill. What an effort from the young Scot. Really made the Rocket earn that 6-4 victory. Yeah, it was definitely O'Sullivan's toughest match in the tournament so far. McGill got off to a really good start. He was 2-0 up. But I think that's the time where you've really got to, once you've put O'Sullivan under that pressure, then you've got to take advantage and stamp on him. And McGill wasn't quite able to do that. You know, maybe a little bit of inexperience at this level. And he didn't quite take his chances over the sort of third, fourth, fifth frames when he could have really built a lead. And McGill was gutted afterwards, you know, and I think that's a good sign, you know, and I think he'll take a lot from this tournament. He's beaten John Higgins, he's played well on TV. He could have beaten Ronnie, and I think he'll know that and he'll bring that back next time. Well, the Rocket was certainly very complimentary about Anthony McGill in his post-match press conference.
Well, Ronnie, he's a cool guy, Anthony McGill, isn't he? He's not interested in the razzmatazz, and you wouldn't have known by the way he played there that he hasn't been in a big quarter-final yet.
No, definitely. You know, I've played him a few times in the last couple of years, and for the first time I played him, I knew then that he was a really good player, you know, because I had to play at my best to kind of get a result, and every time I have played him, I've had to play well to win. So, you know, even though I've got a good record against him, I know what a quality player is, and like you say, as a character, he's a great character for the game. He's, you know, the type of character that, you know, you can't help but like. You know, he's a bit like Davis in a way, a bit of an eccentric, but probably even more so. But you know, I love his mannerisms. I love the way he plays. I love just everything he does. You know, he's brilliant for snooker. You know, snooker's had a result. You know, they've got someone, you know, the fans can relate to and like, and obviously the media and the TV. I think he's going to be he's definitely going to be a star on the table. But it's yeah, he's good.
So Ronnie safely into the semi-finals, but the question was, would he be facing the 2006 world champion Graham Dott or Stuart Bull Run Bingham, the man who beat him in last year's quarter-finals? Well, Ivan, it looked as though early on at 4-1 and 5-3 that Graham Dott would be his opponent, but what a comeback from Stuart Bingham. That was fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Dott might have had a little bit of extra pressure on him because to win that match could potentially have got him into the Masters, and I'm sure that was probably on his mind. And from 4-1 and 5-3 ahead, he wasn't able to get the job done. But yeah, Bingham, I mean, people don't often talk about him when you're talking about the big contenders for the big titles, but he's already won 2 tournaments in Asia this season. He got to the semis, of course, here last year and had that great match against Neil Robertson. And he'll feel like he's got every chance of beating Ronnie again tomorrow.
Well, Stuart was obviously delighted when we caught up with him after the match. A real show of determination and grit from the Bull Run.
So now on to Ronnie O'Sullivan, and how much confidence will you take from the fact that you beat Ronnie here last year in the quarters?
Yeah, so I know I can beat him. I've beat him twice, and it's twice in the UK Championship. So hopefully it ain't third time lucky for him. But yeah, I'm just to get over that match. I can sort of just have a free roll tomorrow, and I'm in the semi-final of the second biggest UK event. So yeah, I can't wait. Looking forward to it.
So Ronnie against Stuart Bingham, a match not to be missed for a place in the UK Championship final. Right, let's take a few moments to reflect on that fantastic 1-4-7. It was the 13th of his career from Ronnie O'Sullivan, and we managed to shove a microphone in his face earlier today and get him to talk us through the final few balls.
What were you thinking at this stage?
To be honest with you, the yellow was tricky because I was coming across the brand, so you know it was important to not snooker myself, and I kind of hit it really well, and I was happy to be, you know, even though it's not an easy shot, you know, using the extension that I was happy that, you know, I was on it nice and comfortable, and just had to push it through for the brand. This was a bit awkward because I was just off straight, and if I hit it perfect, I get really good on the blue, but because I didn't hit it great, it's sort of like I lost a bit of my angle on it. You know, if you watch here, it kind of went into the right hand side of the pocket instead of the left. So then the blue was a bit tricky because the pink's not on the spot, so I couldn't come up for it in the corner, so I've had to drop it in. And as I've hit it, I thought I've hit it all right, but then it's kind of like, oh, hit the knuckle. But although it hit the knuckle, it's still, I would have been surprised if it wouldn't have dropped. The pink was dead straight, not an easy pot. You know, this is a real test of cueing, especially under pressure. And like Ken said, you know, this is easy to overscrew, underscrew, and I've come perfect and straight on the black. And thank you very much, Jan Verhees, sublime.
Oh, the crowd were absolutely loving it. But I mean, how do you keep your emotions under control?
Well, you've done it so many times before, I suppose, and you just kind of know that, you know, the job's not done until the job's done. So you're kind of in control of your emotions, although everybody else is probably not. You're still kind of keeping yourself, you know, focused.
A fantastic climax to a great evening of snooker. Now, the odds have been topsy-turvy. It's been changing all the way through this Coral UK Championship, so it's about time we got up to date with the odds. But let's focus specifically on the chances of another 147 here in York. Or are we just being greedy?
So this is where Ronnie O walked out right before he recorded that 147 magical maximum break against Matthew Selt. And us at Coral Bookmaker decided to price up some odds and see, will it happen again? Well, we make it a 6-to-1 shot that somebody else records a 147 before the end of the tournament. It's 40-to-1 that there are 2 or more, while it's a lot bigger at 100-to-1 that there are 3 or more 147 breaks. So the big question is, will Ronnie O'Sullivan recreate that magic again? We make him a 10-to-1 shot to do it. Will he hit 3 or more 147s? A lot bigger at 50-to-1.
Well, we're almost out of time for tonight's break-off, but we thought we'd take a trip down memory lane. We've selected 3 of the 13 147s from Ronnie. Now, you could put them in any order at all. We happen to have slapped a bronze, silver and gold in certain directions. Let's just enjoy all 3.
3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
It's almost impossible to narrow down 3 of the best from O'Sullivan's baker's dozen of 147s, but here goes. The bronze goes to Max number 10, Ronnie up against Mark King at the World Open in Glasgow. After 1 red and 1 black, the Rocket checked with Dutch ref Jan Verhees about the purse for a frame of perfection.
Play stop because the player wants to know what the price for a maximum is.
Well, we're still waiting to find out, but I don't think it pays anything, so no, I don't think so.
Sure.
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I know there's £4,000 for the highest break.
Yeah.
But,
And despite hearing there was only £4,000 up for grabs, he slammed through the balls, pausing briefly with just the final black remaining. Verhees urged him to finish it for the fans, and the Rocket duly obliged.
Pop the black.
Silver goes to Max number 8 in the collection in the semi-final of the 2007 UK Championships at Telford.
Thank you. The deciding frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Eight all against Mark Selby. O'Sullivan finished the match in style before going on to UK title number 4, beating Stephen Maguire 10-2 in the final.
140.
Wonderful.
Gold goes to 147 number 12 from Newport this year in the Welsh Open. Already leading Ding Junhui 8 frames to 3, Ronnie sealed his 26th ranking title with 147 unanswered points. Yet another moment of snooker magic from the greatest natural talent ever to play the game.
This is up there with the best 147s he's ever made if he does get it. The lady praying, we're all praying. Come on, Ronnie. To win a tournament, incredibly, he's even got a wry smile on his face. This is a genius at work. He knows he's got it now. He will definitely get a standing ovation for this one. And playing the last black left-handed. Ronnie O Sullivan, the genius at work, makes a magnificent 147. Greatly appreciated by everybody in the room. And Ding Junwei. He's won the Bet Victor Welsh Open. This audience has gone absolutely berserk.
Three great moments of perfection to reflect on, but lest we forget, we've got a Coral UK Championship title to be awarded. Join us for semi-final Saturday here at the Barbican. That's all for now. Good night.